Hey guys, this is Velocity Reaper here, and we are back again, and yeah boy, we got 3 videos going up today total, and we are obviously going to run through the V5.20 patch notes. So we're going to get right into it. I'm not going to waste too much time. I'm trying to make these videos shorter and shorter as the updates are going to be bigger and bigger. So here we go, double barrel shotgun. We are very aware of that. It will shoot 2 shots, and that has been known since yesterday, so nothing too crazy there. And then we have Steady Storm, which is a continuous storm. Pretty much that is that LTM. It's literally a continuous storm. You just got to get in before the storm kills you. So nothing too crazy there. And then we still got Ragnarok. Just a new mythic Outlander arrives with a ground shattering ability. Seismic Impact. Oh! Whoa, this is super cool. Okay, so they added in Ragnarok into Save the World. That's awesome. I mean, I don't play Save the World, but that's actually really cool for anybody who's interested in Save the World. So we're gonna do we need to read this stuff? Let's see. The remaining time left in the item shop will now appear correctly in Battle Royale and Save the World. Reset to default will now properly reset keys to default values. Changing input options will show a confirmation message if replacing a current input bind. Audio farm down cuts after tapping the fire button and then immediately pressing and holding the fire button. Interesting. Just remember uses of internal object referencing search systems. This will help prevent out of memory crashes. Non-English audio devices. Players using voice chat will no longer join the wrong channels. The mouse cursor lock state in window mode will now function properly. The sprint cancel reload option will now function properly with sprint by default. The keyboard key. Okay, and the party system is now more responsive to errors related to connection loss when sending certain party messages like kicking and promoting. Should reduce issues with managing party. Okay, happy to do that. That seems like quality of life stuff. These are general, so these tend to be quality of life kind of things, which is just generally things that make our experience better that aren't necessarily game changing. And one thing I'm going to note before we get into the Battle Royale patch notes is that you guys need to be aware of the things that happen within this game and within any game that you play. Patch notes are your one-stop shop for things that need to be fixed. If you know of an issue that you've been having, they most likely address it either in the coming patch or they kind of talk about it and release it in a patch coming soon. So it's important to really know these kind of things, really look into the patch notes and see what's changed and see what's going to change in your own personal playstyle. Things can change like that, especially recently. So let's get right into it. Battle Royale, we have the limited time mode Steady Storm. So let's read about it. Steady Storm has one constantly moving storm closing in on the island. Stay ahead of it and take down the other players to earn a victory royale. One storm that closes in over the course of 15 minutes. Wow. Okay, so it's only 15 minutes per game? There are no safe zone circles. Keep an eye on the map to predict where the storm will close in. The storm does 10 damage per second, and I think that's across all storms. So profile stats, KD wins, challenges are tracked in this mode. So your stats are affected in that mode, so do not just go around and mess around. Let's see. Limit time mode. Playground. Let's see if they changed anything. Fill no fill option added to game mode selector. Okay. I don't know why we needed that. Chest and foil loot changed back to one weapon spawn each in order to cut down on clutter. Yeah, there was a lot of clutter. Honestly, you guys were you would open a chest and you'd be getting like 6 or 7 items. So it's kind of a little bit much there. Dropping the Battle Royale map with a squad of friends for an hour. Place it up. Okay, so this is all the same. I believe, yeah, everything is the same there. So weapons and items. Double barrel shotgun added. Available in epic and legendary variants, can be found in floor loot, chests, supply drops, and vending machines. I'll give you guys gameplay with that tomorrow if you guys are looking for that. Delivers high burst damage at very close range, but damage falls off heavily at distance. Fires 10 pellets like other shotguns, has a large spread, lower critical damage multiplier, 1.25 instead of 1.5 or 2, and a 2-second cooldown time when swapping weapons. Epic variant up to 143 base damage per shot at extreme close range, and then up to 150 base damage per shot at extreme close range for the legendary variant. So not too much difference there. Vending machine rebalance. I think I read about this. This is actually very interesting. This is important. So we're going to take a close look at this. Vending machines spawn more often, cost less, and have an increased chance to spawn at a higher rarity. Now this is really good. Honestly, I think vending machines should be more useful than they are currently. Common vending machine spawn chance reduced from 7.27 to 6.67, and material cost reduced from 100 to 75. That is really good. I like that. Uncommon vending machine spawn chance increased from 14.55 to 20%. So that's almost a 6% increase. This is a small 1% decrease, 6% increase. Rare vending machines spawn chance increased from 14.55 to 20, so again another about a 6% increase. Material cost reduced from 300 to 225, which is an odd amount, but I like it. I really do like that. Spawn chance increased from 5.45 to 18.67, 13% increase for the epic vending machine. You should see a lot more of these. Material cost reduced from 400 to 300. Legendary vending machine spawn chance increased from 3.64 to 8%. I didn't even know the percent chance was that low. I feel like they spawn all the time. But that's almost a 5% increase, so that's awesome. And then material cost reduced from 500 to 375. I smell a mat nerf coming real soon, to be honest. With this kind of changes, I feel a mat nerf coming soon, or a mat cap. But I'm not going to say that. That's just speculation. Chance for no vending machine to spawn at a location reduced from 50. You had a 55% chance of a vending machine not spawning. That's ridiculous. So literally it either happens or it doesn't happen. That's crazy. Again, something that you don't know, but you get to know from the patch notes. And to 26.66%. Wait. Yeah, okay, so it's like a 1 in 4 chance instead of 1 in 2. That's crazy. Reduce for most explosive drop count and max stack sizes. Okay, we talked about this. Geez, what video was that? I'm not exactly sure, but we had talked about the C4 kind of information that we had about it. And this was actually, I know exactly what video it was. It was our 5 things to look forward to in V5.10, which feels like forever ago, which really was only like 2 weeks ago, where they were going to reduce the stack size, and then your max stack size now is 6 instead of 10, which is really good. Added a higher accuracy penalty to jumping and sprinting for dual pistols, submachine guns, and hunting rifles. I hope you guys were not going for trick shots, because that pretty much ruins them or makes them a lot harder to get. Fix an issue that would sometimes cause a storm in phase 6 to do 1 less damage than intended, and then fix replication issue caused by interacting with a guided missile. Gameplay. The weapon fire position now more closely follows the actual player position while crouching and uncrouching. So this was a big issue. They fixed it for ghost peeking, which was the ability for PC players, not necessarily console players, to kind of bounce up and down in front of a ramp, and then you were able to kind of peek people without them actually seeing your head. So they fixed that, and what issue came up after that was that now we have a weird camera angle where players can't see who they're shooting at, and it was a big issue. Honestly, you guys will see it in some of my gameplays, some of the solo gameplays. I'll say, oh, great that I can't see anything. I'll say the small little things like that, and it was really annoying. And I'm glad that they hopefully fixed that completely. Crouch does not interrupt emotes anymore and is disabled when emoting. I still don't know what that bug is, but apparently that happens. Certain player models will no longer obstruct camera angles or block crosshairs on slopes. So yes, this was for Cuddle Team Leader, for Omega, those kind of skins. Fixed an issue where a wall would become okay. So this was actually a glitch that I did not cover. The second bullet point was an invisible wall glitch. I didn't want to deal with that on the channel. Obviously, I think that's really kind of annoying, and it wouldn't have lasted that long anyway. So it's not really worth doing anything with. The camera will no longer instantly transition when attempting to aim certain weapons while in mid-air. Don't know about that. Trap selection will no longer unintentionally cycle when switching to available traps. It is lovely. This is the best thing of this entire update that we've read so far, because holy crap, this is a big issue with Builder Pro, which if you were trying to place a launch pad, it would swap over to a spike trap or it would swap over to a bounce pad. It's really annoying. So fix an unintentional camera adjustment when entering and exiting targeting while transitioning in and out of crouch. Visual effects will now properly play when a vehicle impacts an environment. Prop fix it reliability issues when using a rocket launcher to boost shopping carts or the ATK. Fixed an occasional failure of gliders deploying after exiting a rift, and then switching weapons after an emote will now play the correct weapon switch animation. Super shooters will no longer continue to heal or provide shields after being knocked down. This was actually discovered, and I guess that wasn't meant to be there. And then player placed map markers will no longer appear to jitter on the minimap or in the world. Never happened to me. Significant GPU optimization on the Switch. I heard that's really good. From what I understand in the Reddit, people are saying that's really awesome. Optimize the way explosives modify buildings to lighten the load on dedicated servers. That's good. Building props have more efficient network usage when taking damage. Melee animation trails now use significantly less network traffic, and an optimized C4 network usage. The impact sound no longer broadcast to players outside a certain range, and now only plays for players that are close enough to the impact. So that's really good, because C4s are kind of loud. Added a new equip sound to grenades, added the ability to honk while driving the ATK, which I actually thought as soon as ATKs were added that they needed to have a horn, and I'm glad they added one in. Lowered the volume of impact sounds when harvesting vehicles, added audio effects when spectating squad mates leave the match, and then in the locker menu, glider audio will fade out when it's unselected. Which was actually an issue. If you were going to swap back and forth, you get a very, very loud sound, so that's good. Bug fixes. Thermal-scoped AR. Scopes in sounds are no longer hard pan to the left on Switch. Audio for the rocket incoming sound will now probably play during close range fights. Don't know what about that. Ambient audio loops will no longer stack on each other and play at once. This was creating a sound phasing issue that sounded similar to a fighter jet. So this was actually an accident. I thought that was like some crazy thing that was happening. Footsteps will no longer sound uneven for players outside of your field of view, and then players will no longer hear ghost footsteps after a lone-man enemy. Holy crap, thank you so much, Epic. UI. Whoa, what is this? Is this for PC? Whoa, what is going on here? That looks really cool. Bust a move with an ATK. New function that has been added to the UI shows what type of stunt you pulled and the points you earned for landing and which tricks will you pull off. That's awesome. The challenge menu can now be open in game, which is cool. We'll see that probably tomorrow. I'm gonna play obviously today, and then you guys will see it in a video tomorrow. Modify the battle royale screens, challenge screens to display the remaining challenge bundle unlock time as a countdown once it is less than 13 hours away. Fix an issue with the buttons at the top of the outfit style selection screen overlapping with the draggable window title bar. Eliminations at Haunted Hills challenge will now display as hard. Players who have unlocked the ability to select colors styles for Carbide and Omega outfits will no longer randomly become locked out of that option. The toggle favorite option no longer shows when selecting styles. The build bar no longer stays active. It was active on the warm-up island. Quest updates and vehicle key hints no longer overlap on the HUD. Punctuation and the challenge descriptions have been corrected. Fixed clipping on the item return screen for systems with aggressive safe zone settings. Changing setting while inside the battle bus will no longer bring up the full HUD earlier than intended. The HUD will now show the vehicle currently being driven rather than the one that has been driven last. Art animation. Updated the effect of lighting on the character models. Added equip and holding animations for all grenades, which is super cool. I heard that you can actually see the impulses in your hands, so we'll have to check that out. The size of the soccer ball and juggling email has been fixed, which was they actually increased it in the last one. Leaning while on L terrain cards no longer cancels emails, and then player models no longer appear twisted while controlling the guided missile. Pretty funny glitch right there. Actually, I actually enjoyed that, but no longer there anymore. And then a replay system. A camera is no longer get stuck in the bad state while following the battle plus. Rapidly skipping through a replay on desktop platforms no longer crashes. The player's remaining counter for 50v50 now appears properly. The damage numbers toggle and replays now works properly. Damage numbers now properly appear on the final elimination player list. On the map screen now works correctly using gamepad, and health and shield bars on map screen players list now display correctly. So I don't really know anything about all that stuff that just happened. However, that is going to wrap up our patch notes. We covered a whole lot of things here and a whole lot of really cool information. So if you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, sub up, share around, and again, always be here for these patch note videos. They're very important to get a good idea of what's going on within the game that you play probably a couple hours a day. So I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.